Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So once again, we're doing some catch up with some Shonen Jump chapters today. So today I wanted to get around to last week's Akane-Banashi chapter, as well as the newest Kaiju chapter. So that way tomorrow I can react to Spy Family and the newest Akane-Banashi chapter. Just because it is, again, a super warm weekend, I wanted to kind of split this up into 2 days so I'm not boiling inside my own skin. And right nicely getting roasted here. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, hopefully read-throughs will be back next weekend sometime. Unexpectedly getting some more free time in July. So that bodes well for read-throughs coming back, so look forward to that when it does. But yeah, without further ado, let us dive into it with Akane-Banashi, Story 66, Let's Forget About It. But yeah, so it's a story by Yuki Tsunaga, art by Takamasa Moe, with Rakugo supervision by Keiki Hayashiya, translation by Stephen Paul, lettering by Sneer Aron. And we see Hikaru practicing her Rakugo with, "Yo, Haya, is Kuma here?" It's like, "Ah, there you are, Kitsan. Come in, come in." And someone goes, "Stop." And Iken's going, "In Rakugo, we distinguish characters by speaking style and wording, not by not by altering your tone of voice. Cut down on the change in vocal styling. Forget the way a voice act would play. Try again." He's like, "Yes, sir." You have a knock, 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 and someone knocks on the door. He's like, "Pardon me, but your work appointment is soon." And Iken's like, "Ah, pardon me. That's enough for today then." She's like, "But I still have time. Please, more tutelage." He's like, "No. You must not disregard your voice acting career. We'll cover the same part next time. Practice it well." And he's just kind of like gritting her fist. It's like, "Yes, master." It's like, "It's been half a year since the day I started as Iken Arakawa's apprentice, and all I've done is the same practice and repetition. It's frustrating. I should be limiting how much voice acting work I do so I can get more time in with Rakugo." And you have him going, "Oh, and don't go cutting down on your voice acting gigs just for more practice time." It's like, "Does that upset you?" And she's like, "No, as long as it helps me beat her." And Akane thinks back to her, Hikaru telling her, "I became a Rakugoka so that I could beat you, Akane Arakawa." And she's like, "I didn't know she felt that way." And she looks kind of despondent. She's like, "I have no idea what I did to bring on those feelings, but she's successful enough to have a photo book, and she's a very popular voice actor, and she still wants to be a Rakugoka? It takes a lot of dedication to make that decision." She thinks back to Hikaru telling her, "I want you to see how I've polished my craft." He's like, "Oh, I'll see it. I'm watching, Hikaru." And she's like, "I am. In the bathhouse, they share stories of the flowers. They say that the blooming of flowers brings out the worst in some people. It's a time with little entertainment, so some folks made Hanami flower viewing their source of joy." And you see Karashi just walking around outside watching this live stream on his phone. And she goes, "Yo, Haya, is Kuma here?" It's like, "Ah, there you are, Kitsan. Come in, come in." And you see Iken just kind of like watching this closely. And he goes, "I think the time is right as I have another flashback." She's like, "Huh?" It's like, "I'm surprised how much you've practiced the same simple routine without a single complaint. Let's forget about it. Forget everything you've been doing." And she's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "It's very simple. I think we should make use of the weapons you already have." It's like, "I heard you wanted to see us, so I rustled up Kin-chan and Han-chan too. So what's this about?" It's like, "I hear the next 2 or 3 days is the right time. Why don't we all go to Hanami?" It's like, "Oh, Hanami." And you have, what was Ponytail Bro's name? Sorry, a second here. Zenmai. Going, "Hang on." It's like, "Is she serious?" It's like, "Sounds good to me. I've been too busy to go see the blossoms myself." It's like, "I don't want to just go there and drink, though." Again, I like the little special thing. You have the art of like the foreshadowy figures of like everyone she's role playing surrounding her. It's like, I know. Why don't the 4 of us make a big thing of it?" It's like, "What do you mean by that? You want the 4 of us to get together and do something? Oh, I like that. What should it be?" It's like she's completely changing her voice for each role. And you see the reporter woman going, "Incredible, her voice is changing on a dime. I'm in heaven." It's like, "As it happens, I've already got a script in my head." It's like, "Oh yeah? What's that?" It's like, "She makes it so clear which character is talking." And Karashi's watching and thinking, she's performing so you can tell the difference from sound alone. I see what she's doing when they're so distinct, you can absorb the entertainment of the story even through a screen. It's like, ha! So she's got her streaming strategy on lock, huh? And you see in the background with what is one of the other judges going, I know why the crowd loves it, but the way she's performing, and he peeks over at Comedian Bro. And he's like, it's completely removed from the fundamental nature of Edo Rakugo. Is that what you're thinking? He's like, you could tell, huh? It's like there was once a Rakugoka who performed the same way she does. Back in the golden age of radio, before television became widespread, he would perform Rakugo for the radio, changing his vocal style for each character. He was tremendously popular with the general public. He expanded the reach of Rakugo greatly. Understand by listening. It's a simple thing, but being audibly distinct and legible can be a massive weapon all on its own. But one needs a strong Rakugoka's foundation to make use of it. And he looks over at Ike and was like, she's gotten very good training. It's like, this technique is named after a form of entertainment from the 17th century where a single blind performer would play the instruments and make the voices of 8 people all on his own. Eventually, in the world of Rakugo, the term came to refer to a performer who created distinct vocal ranges for all of the characters. As you suspect, Ryujaku, this is frowned upon by Rakugo aficionados. It's an art considered heretical within the realm of Rakugoka, and it's known as 8 blind men. And you see Hikaru just like doing this pose. You see like the ghosts of like all these figures just like shadowy showing up behind her as Akane's watching this all in surprise. So yeah, interesting chapter. I don't know if I'd say it's a great one. I don't think I got like that kind of vibe. I don't think I enjoyed it to that extent as I have the other character pieces so far. But we'll see, because I am curious to learn more about Hikaru and like kind of like what her whole deal is, like her background and everything. So we'll see how that goes. But it's interesting how Iken was telling her, it's like, oh, in Rakugo we distinguish characters speaking by style and wording, not by altering your tone of voice. So I'm curious to like what made him change his mind regarding that with her training. Whether he wanted to see like if she was just dedicated enough to like keep going without complaint when he's asking her to do stuff that she's clearly like unhappy with or what. So it'll be interesting seeing like more background and stuff with regards to that. I'm curious if his whole like don't cut down your voice acting gigs, etc., again kind of ties into stuff I've talked about before, how like Rakugo kind of needs to embrace the new culture around Rakugo, like the new environment where streaming, stuff like that. You have to kind of embrace the new technology to be able to keep Rakugo alive as an art form. So I wonder if that's done in consideration of that, him being like, you shouldn't disregard your voice acting career or give up on your audience and all the connections and stuff that you build. Because when you do become a Rakugoka, it'll be important to kind of leverage that for your Rakugo career as well. So I wonder if that's kind of the mindset he's going on with regards to that. But yeah, I'm curious as to like what I have to go back and read. I'm not sure if this was brought up before and I just forgot, but I need to see like what exactly her beef with Akane is, apart from like she was showing up so badly. But yeah, apart from that, I'm interested in seeing where this performance goes. Again, we didn't really get like because again like between the flashbacks and everything else, I don't think we got a good sense of exactly how great her performance is. Again, we're kind of being told too much rather than seeing it. But it's again a minor complaint. I've kind of talked about this before. But as always, artwork was phenomenal. No other complaints there. Yeah, I'm just really hoping that this really is setting up for an upset with Akane not emerging victorious. But we'll see what happens with Hikaru's performance specifically and what Akane brings to the table after that. And thankfully not too long to wait, chapters coming out tomorrow, so looking forward to that. So as always, if you enjoyed this content, please do like, comment, subscribe. all that good stuff. I finally managed to crack the 160 subscriber barrier. I'm only 8 more away from 169 now. So if you'd like to help me get to that magical number, that'd be greatly appreciated. Like I said, more Shonen Jump stuff coming out tomorrow. And until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.